Next. Oh do da day, oh do da day, blom 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 blom. That's to go down like 3 degrees. Okay, let's see what we got here. Everything seems to be working all right. I have absolutely no steering. The stupid thing seems to be working pretty well. Better make sure my propeller locks in a little better than it currently does. Just as a first test, that went spectacularly. This whole elliptical machine thing just rests on the front and the back pipe here. And I wrapped a string around the front just to make sure it didn't come off. And the propeller part here clips in the back and comes out easily so that I can take it off if, when I want to get out of the water or if I want to put it on flat ground or anything. Although I need to make it stick in a little tighter, or maybe have some kind of latch or something, because it actually fell out while I was going. Luckily, it kind of hung up in there. It didn't fall into the water. I would have dove after it if it did. So I need to fix that. And the only other major thing I need to fix is I need to gear it down more. Because, at the beginning when I started going, there was a bit of resistance while I was accelerating. But then once I got up to like a decent kayaking speed, it just felt like I was doing nothing. And, I would have to move the thing really fast to go any faster. And then, it was a decent speed, like if I was just using my arms, but using my arms and my legs together, my whole body, man, I could make this thing go way faster. So I want to gear it down a whole bunch more, so it's a lot harder to move the stuff. Spins the propeller maybe 3 times as fast as it does right now. And I think it'll be really good then. Here, I'll show you how some of this is put together. My propeller is a piece of sheet metal. It was about that wide. I drilled a hole in the middle, folded it in half, so it was just like this, and then just bent it and hammered it, and it actually works pretty well. It came out to be a pretty good shape. Just kind of mangling it into shape a little bit. The only problem with it is that I should spot weld this back closed, but that's not a big deal. Totally good for tests. Now these gears, I just cut out with a bandsaw, and this is, I don't know, like 3/4 inch, yeah, 3/4 inch thick plastic from a tabletop. And it was a tabletop from a boat that someone was throwing out. It was kind of in bad shape. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it, because it had stainless steel hinges on it. And I was like, if nothing else, I'll use the stainless steel hinges. Then I realized halfway home it had the whole tabletop was this thick plastic stuff, which I'm using for all kinds of stuff. So this is, and this gear, man, these came out really nice. I use the same thing for my ball bearing holders up here. I recessed them into this is a stainless steel pipe here. I cut a slit, kind of folded it open, and put this block in there, and it had a hole saw cut to match this. Although I didn't go all the way through with the hole saw that matched the bearing. From the other side I went through with a smaller one, so there's a lip here that keeps the bearing in. And on this side, what keeps the bearing in is just the stainless steel here. Here's my joints down here. Basically it's just you know, I put a cut through the pipe and mangled it into a thing like this. And then the pipe, or the bearing here, is in another one of those blocks of plastic. Same thing back here. And with this, I'm just relying on the strength of material a lot. This is just like a long bolt. And it's, you know, I drilled through here and just put the nuts on here really tight. And then at the other end, this was a steel rod, and I cut a slit, you know, put the hole in a hole there so that I could put this steel rod through and then tighten this down really hard to clamp on there. And I just tighten those real tight and tighten that real tight, and it seems to be holding pretty well. These are just things I got from the garbage. I think they were like the edge on like a truck step up. But they, you know, they match your foot shape pretty well. To keep these bearings on this rod, you know, from falling off this way, I just hammered the end, kind of mangled it, flared it out a little bit, and now they don't fit off. They're stuck on. And if I need to get them off, I can take them off the other direction. You know, by taking that bolt off, I can get everything off that way. These stainless pipes only go up to about here, so I just jammed on some PVC pipes that happen to fit very snugly. Everything else is pretty simple. This is a stainless pipe that holds these bearings, and it just goes through two holes here. Down here, just lots of rivets and scrap. This is all made out of scrap stuff I had lying around. I just pick up stuff from the recycle man, the junkyard, or off the side of the street. I didn't have to buy anything. Few of these parts are left over from when I built the bulldozer too. I think it's lunchtime. While I'm eating, I think I'll ponder. How do I gear this down another 3 times without making a mess? You know, I'm tempted. Oh, these are all stainless bearings, by the way. They're not super high quality, but they are stainless. Anyway, I'm kind of tempted to use a huge chunk of this plastic and make redo this part back here and make a big gear that turns around with this stuff, and then run a little gear off that. Oh, that would be like a quarter of the plastic I currently have, I think. Ooh. Oh, this was also a lot easier to drive once I put the camera down. It went much more smoothly. Notice when the camera was going, it was all like